How are we all doing, boys and girls? I hope you have been doing great so far, and I hope this year has been treating you very well. As for me, I gotta say, it could be better, but it also could be worse. And speaking of worse, summer is coming, which means that your boy will be getting roasted on the daily, and unfortunately has to have the AC almost permanently turned on. But I'm sure some of you weirdos probably like, nay, even love that heat. Honestly, I have no goddamn clue how you're even doing it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today I welcome you to our Rogue playthrough. Now, some of you might be asking why Rogue. And my answer would be that I've actually never tried almost pure stealth Rogue in my almost 10-ish years of Calamity. So I thought to myself, why not give it a go? Also, I feel like it should be a good enough challenge for me, as my multitasking skills are fairly abysmal, to say the least, so it will be all the more difficult to dodge stuff and also keep track of my stealth meter to make sure I'm always using it correctly and not wasting time between any shots. While exploring around, I want to thank you all for the support so far. There have been hundreds of people who have seen my previous playthroughs and even got a good couple of subscribers, which really means that people are enjoying my videos. As a guy who grew up as almost the clown of my class, I've always had this internal desire to make people laugh, to make them happy, to hopefully brighten their day, even if it's just a little bit. So if I've actually managed to do any of these things, that would wholeheartedly mean a lot to me. I will make sure to continue doing what I'm doing and hopefully get more and more people happier, cause at the end of the day, we just want to relax and binge chilling in front of the TV with the loved one. And if you choose a boy for that job, I'll make sure to not disappoint. For those of you that are just joining the channel, hello everyone, my name is Vi, and I am glad to have you all here. For now, I mostly play Terraria, though I do plan on playing different things in the future. I don't really know what or when that would be, but we will get there when we get there. If this is your first ever video of mine, I would highly recommend watching my melee and summoner playthroughs, as I'm sure you will enjoy binging those as well. For your convenience, I will of course leave them in the description and in the card in the right corner, so after finishing this episode, feel free to give them a watch and leave a comment if you would like. But with all of that out of the way, let us continue with our rogue. After mining a good amount, we maxed our life, got a platinum pickaxe, made lead armor, which for those of you that might not know, Calamity changes to give knockback immunity as a set bonus, which is very enjoyable in the early game. We went to the Crimson for the Crimson Effigy, which gives 15% bonus damage, 10 defense, but decreases max life by 10%. Later on we will also make the Corruption Effigy, as we do have a recipe for it and it is very useful to have. Do be careful when using both effigies, by the way, as the Corruption Effigy also reduces 5% damage reduction, but it gives us 10% movement speed and crit chance. The benefits of running both outweigh the negatives massively in my opinion, but for inexperienced players it might be a little worse. We of course made all of the pylons along the way, one in the snow biome, one in the jungle biome, one in the sulfurous sea, and one in the ocean. While putting one at our ocean, a goblin army decided to visit us, which is very convenient, as I won't need to spam the cursed watch until one spawns. After filling every single goblin orifice with spiky bows, we won the Kinky War, and now we can head to the Shimmer Rig as we want to find the goblin so that we can start reforging our gear, burn the rocket boots, the workshop, and get to the Shimmer so we can slap another pylon for easy access later on. We also found a magic mirror, and after going back home we talked to our good friend Toji and buy the shadow mirror and the cursed clock, which allow us to teleport to our death point and change time at will. Remember that you have to enable the setting in Prisma's Juicebox mod configuration in order to see the curse shop and the builder's blessing shop. After that we go to the jungle for more loot, and luckily for us, after mining just a little bit under our big tree, we found the jungle lab, which is great as this is the lab that has the red seeking mechanisms. I'm not sure if this is the case in every single world, I think the red ones are always in the jungle one, but this is important because shimmering them allows us to get hailstone bars. Now, with the Brainstorm update, which happened a good couple of months ago at this point, they nerfed the River Shark again, which means that you can no longer rush to the Sulphurous Sea for it, so you can mine hailstone early. But there is another way of obtaining enough hailstone naturally around the world. You can get 5 hailstone bars from the Underworld lab next to the chest that contains the Murasama. If you find the jungle lab, you can get red mechanisms, which when shimmered give you 4 hailstone bars each. And lastly, when you go to the Brimstone Crags, there are 2 chests near the bridges that each contain 4 to 5 hailstone bars as well. Do know that these chests can be submerged in lava, so you might not be able to see them, but they are always in the same place. With all of that, you get the 20 bars you need for a hailstone pickaxe, and then you'll be able to mine even more for much stronger gear. Is it worth it? I wouldn't say so, as finding the jungle lab early game can be a massive pain and a waste of time, but at the very least, it's good that there is a way to obtain it early on. While we are in the underworld, we of course go to the Profane Garden for the Wayfinder, which for now we will place at the entrance of the garden. After that, head to the desert, where we start digging down for the Desert Medallion, a good bit of desert fossils, and apparently the Luxurious Gift, as we were lucky enough to find the shrine right below our Lost Gateway. It is a little unfortunate that it got hard nerfed, but I guess it was for the better, as apparently I made a massive mistake of thinking it was trash in my Ranger Revengeance playthrough. I didn't realize it at the time, but it scaled very hard in the late game and it was viable almost until the end, but that is no longer the case. It is usable right now though, so for the time being we will use it. We mine a little more until we get to the Sunken Sea, place 2 houses and get the Sunken Pylon, and then go to the surface of the desert where we place 1 platform and get into the first boss fight, the Desert Scourge. We easily defeat him, but unfortunately don't get what we're after, which means that we have to refight him. On our 3rd attempt, we get his rogue weapon, the Scourge of the Desert. This weapon has been through a bit of changes, but I think it's pretty good right now, as it homes in and pierces through 2 or 3 enemies, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, it's pretty good. We then go to the Brimstone Cracks for another pylon location, and of course to put the Angler there, as we all know he belongs in hell, get to the 2 chests for the hailstone bars, and after heading home we make the Slime Crown and face our next boss, the King Slime. Exactly 1 minute later we defeat him, go to the shimmer where we yeet a heart crystal in for the vital crystal, which increases life regeneration by 1. We go to the sunken sea where after mining the big midsection in a very satisfying fashion, we place a platform and fight the giant clam. We then go back home where we craft the crystalline, which from what I know is a good spam weapon. We craft the suspicious eye, make it night and engage the Eye of Cthulhu. After making our hailstone pick, we mine some more and make a weapon that is much better than what we have right now, the Infernal Crisp. After heading to the Crimson, flattening it out a little bit, placing some platforms, it is time for us to prepare for perforators. Now, my aim is complete shit, which would definitely explain the 4-minute boss fight. But we just ignore that, make the bloody spine, and up next is Brian. Once Brian has been successfully lobotomized, we go back home where we craft our Terraspark boots and go straight into space where we mine for aerolite ore and farm for harpies. And after 20 minutes we make 2 new weapons, the Feather Knife and Turbulence, as well as the Skyline Wings and the Aerospec Armor, which will allow us to finally use that rogue stealth I was yapping about in the beginning. And what better time, as Turbulence is one of the best rogue pre-hard mode weapons for stealth. When you shoot it, it leaves a trail of spirals that home in on enemies. The trick with it is to actually miss the target, as when you do, it leaves more spirals, which means more damage. Perfect mechanic, as yours truly is trash at aiming either way. But now we make the Coin of Deceit, which increases rogue crit chance by 6% and makes our stealth tracks only use 90% of our stealth meter, alongside the Corruption Effigy. After that we go to our mushroom biome and spawn Crabulon. Defeating him gives us our first rage upgrade, after which we go in the jungle, make a little arena, place 2 platforms, light up the place a little, and summon the Queen Bee. Our turbulence struggles a little bit as our arena is somewhat small and she is quite fast, but after defeating her we go home and purchase a Rodent Dogtooth, which makes stealth strikes inflict crumbling and deal 8% more damage. We switch it for Luxurious Gift as it doesn't do a lot for us since we're attacking once every few seconds, and after making an arena in front of the dungeon we talk to the old man and summon Skeletron. And I'ma be honest, I think this was the easiest Skeletron I've ever had. Damn, Rogue seems to be very good. I'm sure things won't get brutal in the future. We go through the dungeon for the alchemy table, cobalt shield and a new weapon, the Shinobi blade. Now it does not have homing, but the single target damage on that baby is, ooh boy, succulent to say the least. And after making an arena in the snow biome, we make the deer thing and summon deer clubs to test our new weapon. We do struggle a little bit in later phases, but we defeat him nonetheless, go back home and make the overloaded sludge, extend and add some more platforms around our home, and jump into the slime god fight. Where we see just how powerful the Shinobi blade is, as we're almost able to 3-tap each slime and the core. With Slime God defeated, we make the Static Gel armor and go straight into the underworld, where we immediately spawn in the Wall of Flesh, as he's our last foe remaining. It does take a little time to go through him, as I am still very inexperienced with stealth, but also because my aim sucks ass. But at the end of the day, it's the wall of disappointment, nothing to really worry about. But with him defeated, we have finished all of pre-hard mode, and this is where we will finish our first episode. Next week we will be going through the first half of hard mode, and we will see if I will start suffering or will I get cracked out of my mind. I want to thank you all very much for watching this episode. Feel free to tell me how you feel about my progress so far in the comments, and if you don't want to miss out a future upload, make sure to slap that like and subscribe button, as well as follow me on all of them socials down in the description. My Patreon will also be down there, and if you would like to support me additionally, you can give that a subscribe as well, optional as always. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope that you will all join me in the next video. Stealth Shinobi Master Marksman Vi out.